Hello everybody and welcome back to another My Porch Prints tutorials. This is Kyra and today we are going to be working on part 2 of the very vintage junk journal tutorial series. Now if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. You're actually here at the second part of this junk journal series. I did make a part 1 where I show you how to create the base for the journal. That includes the cover, the binding, and the signatures. And this video is specifically going to focus on how I decorated the inside of the journal. So I will have a playlist listed down in the description box that has all of the videos in this series that you need to make this journal, including part 1. So jump down there if you haven't already seen that video, and then come back to this one for the decorating. And as always, we will have all of our socials linked down in the description box, along with all of the kits and supplies that we use in our videos. So let's go ahead and jump right in here to talk about some of those supplies. So to decorate, I am going to be using some items that I already had pre-made, including these industrial treasure tags and these button bee embellishments. Now I did do full tutorials for these, so again those will be linked in the playlist, so if you want to go create some of these things and have them on hand for decorating. I also have some of these magic slider cards, as well as just some of the ephemera that comes in the very vintage ephemera kit. And this is nice to kind of have a mix of pre-made items and also pre-cut items so that I don't have to do as much work when decorating. So if you subscribe to our channel and follow along with our crafting videos, typically we end up using our crafts in a journal at some point, so you should have them on hand to decorate today. And for this journal specifically, I'm not going to be going like step by step for every single page that I decorated. Instead, I'm going to show you some of the general ways that I like to decorate here, and that should kind of give you an idea of how I did most of the journal. So this first piece here, you can see I just took a couple of little, fussy cuts and cards, and I glued them down to one another, or maybe used a clip or two. And then I'm using a paper clip to clip the whole thing to the page, and that's something that I do a lot in this journal, is just paper clipping pieces in. It's a really easy way to make a page look decorative and add ephemera to a journal without taking up tons of writing space. And oftentimes for me, the paperclip itself presents opportunities for decorating. So for this one here, I'm going to be hiding the paperclip behind this little bird fussy cut that I have. I'm using some puff tape to give it a little bit of dimension, and I'm going to keep the tape like towards the top and bottom of the bird so that it's not actually impairing the paperclip's ability to slide on and off the page. And then on the paperclip itself, I'm going to be taking this little key charm that I have, and I'm going to loop some string through it, just a scrap piece of string I had. I'm going to kind of measure the length of it with my eyeballs, and then I'm going to tie a knot and just slide it onto the paperclip, and now it kind of looks like the bird is carrying this key. So it's kind of just a cute little element. It decorates things a little bit more, so you don't have to go that far with your decorating if you don't want to, but sometimes looking for little opportunities for cute little moments like this can be kind of fun and just add a little extra whimsy to your journal. Another common element I like to add to my journals are tuck spaces. So I took this large card here. I did add a page tab to the top and a little bit of cheesecloth to the back just to add some texture and layers. And then I'm taking this smaller fussy cut butterfly, I'm folding it in half to give it a little dimension, and then gluing it down in the center. Again, just kind of adding some pop and some layering to this card. And then just a little scrap piece of ribbon and a label to go at the bottom. So we're really just thinking about color, texture, layers, contrast when making these things. And so I'm going to add a couple of buttons as well, since buttons are kind of a theme that I have running through this journal. I want to make sure to use those. And then you can also glue on like charms and things like that to give your card just a little bit more texture. And we're not limited to just the items in our kits. You can use lots of different materials. So I had this brown paper bag that my mother saved from a recent trip to a grocery store. So I decided to cut that up and use some of that today to like make a border for my card, just so that it stands out from that background a little bit more. I just wanted something to kind of create a little bit more contrast here. So I just cut it into a rectangle and added a few of these brads to the corners to, again, just kind of keep with that industrial theme here. And then I've taken another card from the kit, I've rounded the corners, and I'm going over it with a little bit of distress ink here, just to help it fit a little bit better inside of my tuck space. So to finish that up, I am adding some glue to the top, the bottom, and the right hand side of this little piece that I made. And I'm going to leave the left side open so that I can tuck Ephemera into it. So I'm going to glue that down right inside my front cover here like this. And now I should have room for tucking Ephemera inside of it, just like that. All right, so that's kind of a quick little easy spread here. We didn't have to do a ton of effort to make it look really pretty and decorative, so I'm going to keep on with my decorating here. Something to take note of though, when you are paper clipping things into your journal, if you're using these magic slider cards, paper clipping them in doesn't really work because it prevents the slider card from moving. So with these pieces, I would recommend tucking them into pockets or using puff tape to hold them onto a page, or creating like a little tuck space with them, something like that, rather than paper clipping. All right, so just going to grab the rest of that paper bag here that I have. I had this top portion that I thought would make a cute little pocket, so I took it over to my sewing machine and just added some sewing details around the edges to kind of close it off and turn it into a pocket. And then since this page looks a little bit blank, I'm just going to tear a piece of scrap that I had left over from working on the spine of my journal and just glue that down to the top of the page, just kind of randomly. And then I'm going to, again, add glue to the side and bottom of the back of my pocket, and then that will create an opening in the back as well as on the inside of the pocket. And then I'm taking one of the pockets from the kit and I'm going to trim it down a little bit so that it will fit sort of the front of my little paper bag pocket. You know, I'm saying pocket a lot here, but you understand what I'm saying. And I'm going around the edges with a little bit of distress ink and rounding the corners just to make it look a little bit more finished and less like I just chopped the edges off of it. And again, I'm going to add glue to the sides and bottom and glue that down. And then I decided to, again, bring in some buttons to decorate the front just a little bit, using a hairdryer to kind of speed up the process. I am using Fabri-Tac glue for everything in case anyone wonders, and that will be linked in our Amazon shop in the description box if you are interested. And then I'm just taking one of those industrial treasure tags and some faded photos and fussy cuts and things like that, and just tucking them into all of the pocket layers that we've made, just to kind of fill this little pocket out. And then I'll be paper clipping some little fussy cut elements to the top corner just to kind of fill this blank space because it was bothering me. And there you go, a really quick, easy, decorated page. So I'm just going to kind of carry on with some of these, elements here, paper clipping things in. I did make some hidden paper clips from the button bee embellishments video, so those are also going to just easily pop onto the page and make them look decorative. Sorry, you guys. I'm actually lost my voice a little bit yesterday, so if I sound a little scratchy, that's why. And right here, I'm going to be creating one of my easy little pop-up pages. This only takes one sheet of paper. So I did do a video where I slow this process down a little bit and talk about it in detail. So I will link that down in the description box in case you're having trouble following along with me here, since I'm going a little bit faster for this video. But essentially, we're just kind of making an accordion fold out of this sheet of paper, going the, vertical direction. And then we're going to take the bottom half of the paper and fold it up horizontally. And I like to print very contrasting patterns on the front and back of my piece of paper, just because I think it makes the pockets stand out a little bit more from the background here. So that's why I did that. And now we're just taking the sides and folding them in towards our center fold, again vertically here like this. And when you open it up, it should look, oh, nope, I'm actually gonna have to cut the top off. I almost forgot. You don't have to do this, but I like to shape the top of my pockets here. I think it just gives it kind of a cute look, makes it look a little bit more purposeful and decorative. And you can also take this extra piece that we cut off and glue it down to the bottom half of our pockets. And that's going to, again, just kind of add to the decoration of the piece and make it look more complex than it really is. Plus, you know, we get to not waste any extra scraps of paper, and I like to use up my scraps when I can. So this is a good way to do that. All right, so now that we have the pockets done here, we're going to glue them shut. So I'm adding glue to the outer edges and all of these little sort of creases in my bottom half of my paper here, just like this. And then we're going to fold it up and glue those down, and that will give us pockets that we can decorate. I used some labels and some more of that brown paper bag I had, as well as filling all the pockets with little ephemera pieces. And then to glue it down, I'm adding glue to the first and last panel on the back side of our little fold out here. And we're going to glue that straight down to the page. And make sure you don't get any glue on the center two panels, otherwise this will accidentally glue shut. All right, and there you go. Now you have a little cute accordion fold, and you can decorate the page as far as you would like. I'm gonna just add a couple of these little fussy cut bees with a little bit of distress ink on them, just to make them stand out a little bit more, just to the corners here like this. And there you go, a really simple one-page pop out. Now when I add items like this, I do like to check the thickness of my journal, because the thicker or more layered a piece is, sometimes the thicker the journal can get. So I'm just trying to kind of make sure that I've got room here. And to create some little tuck spaces for some ephemera pieces, I'm going to be grabbing some cards here, and I'm looking for things with kind of a distinct shape to them. Specifically, we want to kind of cut things so that we create almost like an L shape or like a triangle shape, so that we still have room to tuck things in. So you need a little bit at the bottom and a little bit of either the left or right side of the card still to kind of help hold things in. So you can kind of try to follow the pattern of shapes that are already sort of available in the card and kind of cut around them, but still make sure that you leave enough for tucking. I hope that kind of makes sense here as I kind of show you what I'm doing. So for this one, for example, I am cutting around this woman's face, but I did leave some at the top right corner and the bottom left edge, so that there's still room to add glue in kind of like an L shape. And you want to keep the glue as close to the edge as possible, so that you don't take up too much room with your glue and leave less room for ephemera to tuck in. So just like this. All right, so I'm going to continue decorating with some little scraps here on this page. I like to add scraps sometimes across a spread, because I feel like it kind of brings both pages into harmony with one another, if that makes sense. So something kind of like this. And then I'm going to, keep adding ephemera. Sometimes adding like a ribbon at the top of a card can just add a little bit more texture to a page if you feel like there's just a little too much paper going on. And here's another one of those tuck spaces I made from one of those cards. I actually really like this one because all of these pieces kind of have a similar color, so it almost looks like one piece until you pull the little tags out. So I think this one's kind of fun. I like this one, I think, the best. And don't throw away those pieces from those cards that you cut off. You can glue them into a journal and create kind of like a collage on your page. So you can always save those pieces and use them to decorate. So those are kind of my tips and tricks for how I decorated this journal specifically. I just kind of repeated using those techniques throughout the journal with different ephemera pieces and different cards, but essentially the same sort of idea, same sort of technique here for decorating the entirety of this journal. And I didn't decorate every single page, and I don't think you need to either unless you want to. Specifically, I'm trying to avoid my journal getting overstuffed. It's just not the look I was going for with this particular journal. But feel free to, you know, add as many different pieces as you want to decorate every single page, you know, to use extra ephemera items or, you know, scrap pieces that you might have. I would love to see what you guys end up coming up with. So we do have a Facebook group where you can share pictures of your journals and projects with a bunch of different fans of my porch prints who also post there. So we've kind of got like a little crafting community going on. So if you do create this journal or use this kit and decorate some of your pages, I would love to see what they look like. So feel free to share photos over on the Facebook page. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing kind of a little flip through here of my journal and kind of showing you how it all turned out. So you can kind of see how I employ these different techniques throughout the journal and maybe get some more inspiration or, you know, take a closer look at how everything ended up. So I'm going to go ahead and let that flip through sort of play through right now, and then I'll come back to check in on you again at the end of the video. Alright, so this is going to finish up the very, very vintage junk journal tutorial series. I hope that you guys had fun crafting along with me and maybe got some new inspiration and ideas to try to create your own journal. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, tutorials, freebies, announcements, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!